On January 1st, 2020, the Colorado River system will issue cuts in water supply to Arizona, Nevada, and Mexico, areas that are already suffering from a 25-year drought. The cuts are necessary for maintaining the sustainability of the Colorado River system, which is threatened by a complete collapse if nothing is done, and which would affect tens of millions of people.
We've been in drought closer to 25 years, since about 1994. So we've had many more dry winters than wet winters.
Nancy J. Sellover is a state climatologist and co-state coordinator of the Arizona State Climate Office, as well as a co-chair of the Drought Monitoring Technical Committee.
If we continue the drought, we've seen the tree ring people done studies that look and see in the past we've had droughts as long as 60 years or more. If that turns out to be what we have now, that is certainly going to be a problem. And so we are going to get to that point where we have, the demand on water exceeding the supply, potentially greater than what we have at this point.
In the context of such a drought and uncertainty, the importance of the Colorado River system comes to the forefront. According to the U.S. Bureau of Reclamations, the Colorado River system is composed of portions of 7 states: Arizona, California, Colorado, Nevada, New Mexico, Utah, Wyoming, and Mexico. 30 to 40 million people depend on the water delivered through the system. It is also estimated that about 4 million acres of agricultural land are irrigated with this water. Yet after 25 years of drought, the effects of the system are evident. There are 2 main threats to the Colorado system. One, that rivers and streams contributing to the river flow carry less water due to less rain or snow. 2, that water from the reservoirs evaporates on days of extreme heat.
Arizona's been doing a lot of water banking, pumping water back underground in order to preserve it and reserve it so it's not sitting out in a lake evaporating.
On Lake Mead, the minimum water level required to generate power at the Hoover Dam is 1,050 feet. Dead pool is a term used to refer to the condition when the reservoir reaches the lowest water outlet of the dam at 895 feet. Anything below that level would mean no more water from the system for tens of millions of people. A study by the U.S. Bureau of Reclamation projected a level of 1,089 feet by January 1, 2020. In 2015 and 16, the Lake Mead Hoover Dam system came near critical levels. Amid intense drought, water levels at Lake Mead reached 1,080 feet, a mere 30 feet from shutting down the electric generating plant. Conservation efforts ramped up after that. We can see the effect of conservation in this graph. The black dotted line under the green area is where the water level would be, if not for a multi-state binational concerted effort at water management. This included voluntary contributions by members to leave water in the lake, which are represented in blue, also systemic conservation efforts represented in red, and a couple of wet seasons represented in green. These factors turned around what otherwise would have been a negative trend.
In 2017, we had a really wet spring, and that helped a lot. And then last year, we had a lot of snow, and that helped. So we had a little bit of weather that helped sort of buy time until the drought contingency plan could be implemented.
Sarah Porter is the director of the Kyle Center for Water Policy and the Morrison Institute for Public Policy from Arizona State University.
In the last several years, the Colorado Compact states and Mexico have worked on, with the federal manager of the U.S. Bureau of Reclamation, on conserving water in Lake Mead. And that effort to conserve water in Lake Mead has done a lot to keep levels of the lake up.
In May 2019, the Drought Contingency Plan, or DCP, for the upper and lower Colorado River basins was signed between Colorado, Arizona, Nevada, New Mexico, and California. In June 2019, a binational DCP was signed between the USA and Mexico. Under these agreements, Arizona will take a 6.7% cut, Nevada a 3% cut, and Mexico a 3% cut. Barring a dramatic event, the DCP would maintain the status quo in the river system until 2026, when all parties involved plan to re-evaluate and negotiate a new agreement.
For the most part, management of water is highly technical. It's not a political thing. In the negotiation of the intrastate agreement, there was a lot of disagreement, and there was zealous advocacy by the various stakeholders on, for their needs. They fought hard and worked hard to hammer out an agreement.
Professor Sellover warns of an overall trend for further warming and drought, which may force states to plan and adapt to much more difficult circumstances.
Drought is a normal thing. I mean, drought is a constant. It comes and it goes, right? How long it lasts varies. It can last a very, very long time, a little bit drier than normal, or it can last a short period of time, a lot drier than normal, and occasionally a long time, a lot drier than normal. Warmer temperatures tend to make mid-elevation areas, 5,800 feet, 6,200 feet, those kinds of places, have potentially more of their winter precipitation fall as rain rather than snow. And so snow is our most important resource in terms of water because it stays on the land, sitting there all winter long, and then finally in the spring, when it gets melted, it goes into the reservoir system.
The close calls of 2015 and 2016 served as lessons about how fast things can change when a few years of drought and extreme temperatures are stringed together, a particularly frightening thought when facing a trend of warming temperatures in the context of global warming.
Hey everyone, my name is Arooj Sheikh and I'm the Development Campaign Manager at the Real News Network. If we're going to stand up to the corporate elites, then we need your help to make people-powered media. And that's why I'm asking you to please donate to the Real News Network. And while you're at it, hit the subscribe button. Thanks so much.